Hey. Okay, so let me turn. I just got back from the bar. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me turn on my little what's the name? Okay, my little light. Okay, so I have a little light that sits on the floor, and yes, I'm a little drunk. Fuck it. But listen, these be the best conversations. Okay, have y'all ever heard some conversation so good at the bar that you got to talk about it? Like you really want to talk about it to someone, y'all. When I tell y'all the best conversations be at the bar, the best conversations be in the ladies' room, the best conversations be at the hair salon and stuff. Y'all, I am not lying. And I'm sure for the men, they feel the same way. The best conversations be at the barber shop, with their uncles or their brothers or their cousins or whatever, okay? Let me tell y'all something. From now on, I'm doing this series. Every time I go out, I'm going to expose some of the stuff that's being talked about, okay? I have heard everything from women taking from men for 17 years and they still there. And they in the restroom talking about how they went through this for 17 years and they still going through it. I'm like, bitch, I ain't even the kind of stuff you should be sharing with somebody, okay? You should be keeping that ill to yourself. I'm just going to be honest, okay? From men talking about how they got dirty from women, all kind of stuff. But today's episode of Bar Conversations is. So I'm not gonna put you out there, honey. I ain't gonna put your business out there. Hopefully you watching my channel because I did give you the link to do so. So basically I was at the bar minding my business. I'm talking to my sister or whatever. So anyway, I peeped this couple or whatever and stuff. Dude goes outside to get on the phone or whatever. So, I'm talking to my sister. I ain't paying no attention. I couldn't help but notice the amount of time he was out. Again, not my business. I'm minding my business, blah, blah, blah. Oh, girl is, by herself. She looking, kind of like alone, like what's going on or whatever. So she started getting on the phone, texting or whatever. So I ain't paying no attention. So much time passed. I had to look over at her like, "You okay, girl? What? Y'all don't ask me why. I do not know. This is something I have been working on. I really have been working on trying to mind my own business. I really have been working on like not getting into people's shit. But I kind of like am an empath, so I can feel when somebody's going through some stuff or whatever. And plus, this makes for a really good ass conversation and content. So I asked her this or whatever. And so, she like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. She don't want to say nothing or whatever. So I'm like, I break it down to her. I'm like, listen, honey, I can tell what's going on, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how I got to talking or whatever. But I basically was like, okay. So I was like, I bet you I'm right about this. I'm going to tell you what's going on. You ain't got to tell me. I'm going to tell you. I break it down to her. She was like, bingo, you got it. I was like, I know. Let me tell y'all something. I'm a little bit older, and a lot of the stuff that I see, it's just the same game with different players, okay? That's how literally older people know what's going to happen, okay? One thing about human nature, people do certain things and it's a pattern, okay? This type of person is going to do this type of thing. It doesn't matter what generation they're in. It doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. Certain people follow certain patterns. That's how they know. Y'all be so overwhelmed sometimes by the Bible and Revelation time and stuff. No, they're basically telling you that people been doing this shit forever, okay? That's why they can tell you what's going to happen 200, 300, 400, 500, 3,000 years from now, okay? Because this is the nature of people, okay? This is the nature or the pattern of these type of people. I try my best not to say anything, y'all. I do. But sometimes it be on my spirit to say something, to be like, listen, honey, I peep game. I know what you're going through. Let me help you through this. Let me open your eyes. Because I wish I had somebody to help me with this kind of stuff, okay? Like I said before, I wasn't, we were sheltered. So, let me just explain real quick. I was a Jehovah's Witness. I was raised as Jehovah's Witness when I was younger, okay? So we were kept away from a lot of things or whatever, like in our household. But when we got into the real world, we experienced those things because we were not prepared, because we were not told these things. We went out into the world and it was a rude awakening, okay? All the things that they tried to shelter us, the real world was showing us. And when you don't have those kind of when you don't have that kind of preparation, you're a fucking you're a sheep out here, okay? So all I'm trying to say is this: the best conversations at the bar. This specific conversation was a dude was talking so-called to his brother or something about his mother. Okay, basically he was using his mother as an excuse to talk to other women. So it might have started off first about his mother or whatever stuff, and then he goes outside or whatever to talk more about it or whatever. You check up on your mom or whatever. I don't care how close you are to your mom or whatever. It's not going to take a 30-minute conversation. It's not going to take an hour and a half conversation. You don't bring this woman to this bar or whatever to sit her there or whatever and be up here by herself, okay? That's basically what this bar conversation was. So I'm like, I broke it down to the girl, and she was like, "You absolutely right." So, I talked to her a little bit. One thing women have to do, which I notice, is you have to play dumb. Okay. You do have to play dumb, especially if you plan to get out of a certain situation. Men will always think they're smarter than you. Men will always think that they're outsmarting you. Okay. Your strength is knowing that you are smart as well, or maybe even smarter, but you play like you don't know. And in that way, the impact hits harder because it's like, bitch, I've been studying you the whole time. Bitch, I peep game the whole time. I got receipts, so forth and so on. You never want to leave with that energy, but you always want to have that energy in the back of your mind, okay? So from now on, if I hear some really good conversations at the bar, which I passed up on so many of them, because I was like, no, I don't think I should do that series. No, I'm going to do this series because it's really good. Y'all can learn so much from just listening to people at the bar, okay? Act like you eating your food, your chicken wings or whatever you eating. Act like you drinking your drink, but be paying attention to what people say. You got to if you out and about because you need to know your surroundings. Learn, learn how women act and how they deal with certain things. Learn how men act and how men deal with certain things. You never want to let on to a man that you are smarter than what you really are. They naturally, most of them have this natural misogyny. Most of them have this natural feeling that they're smarter than you. You play right into that shit. Just the same way that they play into saying what you want to hear or whatever, you do the same exact thing. And what I'm telling you is, once you start doing that, you're going to understand things on a whole nother level. Okay, bye for now.